Everybody, today I'm going to give you 5 tips of what to eat to help auto-juvenate your skin to give you beautiful and healthy skin. Now these are 5 tips that you can start today that can make a huge impact on the health and the quality of your skin and even make your skin look younger and healthier for life. So the first tip that I want to give you, it has to do with collagen. Now our skin is composed 70 to 80% of collagen, and collagen is the protein that gives our skin its kind of thick texture, its tightness, its turgor. And the problem is that we lose collagen about 1% every year after about our mid-20s or so. In women who go through menopause, that increases up to 2% a year. And that's one reason why is you see people who are quite a bit older that their skin can get real thin and can even tear sometimes when they just scratch it against something. So the key then is we want to rejuvenate or replenish the collagen of our skin or even slow down that gradual progression of thinning of the skin. Now I mentioned that collagen is a protein, and it's not as simple as just putting, let's say, a collagen cream on your skin. Because it's such a big protein, it's not going to absorb through the outside stratum corneum of your skin. So the key really to start with is to eat a collagen stimulating type of a diet. And this is a diet that contains a lot of protein. What you want to focus on ideally are healthy sources of protein. If you're a meat eater, then healthy sources of meat like beef and chicken, and ideally pasture-raised pork, grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish. These are great sources of good protein. If you're plant-based or vegetarian, then you have your other sources of protein. Beans are going to be a huge source of protein. Soy is another source of protein. Nuts and seeds as well. But the big thing is you don't want to skimp on protein as you get older, because you don't want to end up seeing the collagen of your skin continue to degrade. You need that protein to create the actual collagen. Now, the second tip that I have has to do with the microbiome. Did you know that there is a connection between the microbiome, those trillions of bacteria inside your gut, and your actual skin? This is called the gut-skin axis, and it's this connection between the health of that gut microbiome and the health of your skin. And there are studies actually that show that when that gut microbiome has been damaged in a way, like let's say you've got bad bacteria kind of growing in there from eating bad foods, from antibiotic use and all of that, that can actually show up on your skin as an inflammation. And there are connections between certain inflammatory skin disorders and gut dysbiosis, essentially bad bacteria in the gut, that microbiome not being healthy. So what can you do for food-wise to help to improve your skin by improving the gut microbiome? Well, that really comes down to eating fermented foods. Now, fermented foods are foods that contain healthy bacteria or healthy probiotics. And when you ingest these foods, it can help then to give those healthy gut bacteria a boost, because you're now ingesting more healthy bacteria that can once again help stimulate that. But the problem is that the standard American diet is pretty much devoid of fermented foods. I mean, other than yogurt, can you think of a standard American diet staple that is fermented? There really isn't any. I mean, maybe the closest thing would be sauerkraut that some people put on the summer on their brats and dogs, and that's about it. So focusing on fermented foods can really help with your gut microbiome. By having your gut microbiome be healthier, that can help your skin be healthier too. So some foods that you can consider, other than what I mentioned before with yogurt and with sauerkraut, would be miso, would be tempeh, kimchi, which is my favorite, which is pickled cabbage with hot sauce on it. There are other sources like kefir and kombucha that are also good sources of healthy gut bacteria, healthy probiotics that can help promote a healthy microbiome. So if you can just try to focus on at least once or twice a week adding some fermented foods in your diet, you may really see some nice changes in your gut afterwards. It also goes to say that if you want to help with that process, although it's not quite the same, would be to take a daily probiotic as well. And that is something that I definitely recommend. Ideally at least 3 billion colony forming units per day. Okay, so the third thing that I have for you has to do with sugar and inflammation. Sugar is the great ager of our skin, period. If there's one type of food that causes your skin to age prematurely, it is sugar. So how does sugar do that? Well, really by two main mechanisms. The first mechanism is called glycation. Glycation is a process where the sugar molecules will bond to the actual collagen, those collagen proteins in your skin. And by bonding to the collagen in your skin, it causes that collagen, which the way I describe it, it's like the logs of a log cabin. And when you're young, those logs, that collagen, those collagen fibers are nice and tight and they're arranged very appropriately. But as you get older, those logs on a log cabin, that collagen starts to fray. It gets thinner. It starts to fall apart. And what does sugar do? Sugar attaches to it and makes it even worse. These sugar collagen hybrids, these connections, are called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. And this is how sugar can directly impact the collagen of your skin and directly make your skin look more damaged, prematurely older, and is something that obviously is a very negative thing age-wise to your skin. Now, the second way that sugar causes the skin to age more quickly is through chronic inflammation. Every time you eat sugar, your body releases insulin as a way to take care of the sugar in your bloodstream. What we do know is that if you get chronic spikes of sugar, that can cause chronic spikes of insulin, and when you get chronic insulin spikes, that can eventually lead to insulin, what's the name of it? All of a sudden I'm blanking on the name of it. Basically, your tissue is not responding to the insulin, and that could eventually lead to type 2 diabetes. And so really the idea is that chronic insulin spikes can create chronic inflammation that can even eventually lead to type 2 diabetes, and problems with your blood sugars overall. So reducing the amount of sugar that you eat is super important if you want to continue with fighting off the aging process of your skin. And the simplest way to do that is to reduce how much sugary drinks you drink. Now, I saw one survey that found that 40% of the calories of the standard American diet comes from sugary drinks. Isn't that crazy? 40% of the calories of the standard American diet comes from sugary drinks, primarily soda pop, but also things like lemonade, fruit juices, energy drinks, all those types of juices that really is just sugar water. So, I understand that certain soda pops, they taste really good. For me, if I were to have, let's say, a cheeseburger, to have that with a nice icy cold Coke, that is heavenly. So try to consider soda pop and other sugary drinks not as a common occurrence, not as a daily thing, but if you can try to consider that as more of a rare treat, that's really going to help your health and especially help with your skin. Okay, so my number 4 tip that I have for you, and you're going to like this one, is to eat dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is filled with antioxidants and polyphenols. And these are substances that can fight oxidation, which is a type of damage that can occur to our cells. And dark chocolate has some of the most powerful antioxidants in all the food that we eat. The problem with dark chocolate is it comes down to what percentage cacao is in the chocolate that you're eating. If your chocolate contains less than about 70% cacao, most likely the amount of sugar in that chocolate outweighs the benefits of those antioxidants. So milk chocolate doesn't count, okay? That's got way too much sugar, way too little actual cacao for that to be healthy. But if you go 70%, 80%, or I can't do 90%, it's just too bitter for me. But if you do 70 or 80-ish percent, and God forbid, if you love 90, that's even better, then you're going to get a plethora of these antioxidants, these polyphenols that will fight free radicals, fight oxidation, which is an aging process in our bodies, and help you be healthier and even help your skin to look nicer. So dark chocolate is definitely a must. My number 5 tip, food tip for younger and healthier looking skin, is to eat the rainbow. Now, I mentioned that dark chocolate is filled with antioxidants, but antioxidants are also found primarily really in the fruits and the vegetables that we eat. And the actual color, the pigment that that creates the color of the fruit and vegetable is the actual antioxidant. So if you have, let's say, a green vegetable, you're going to get different antioxidants than, let's say, a yellow vegetable or a orange fruit. Now you've got different colors. Those different colors signify different antioxidants. The idea is you don't want to get the same antioxidant and eat the same food over and over and over again. You ideally want to get a variety of those types of foods because that's going to be the best when you're talking about antioxidant activity and fighting free radicals and oxidation and the entire aging process. So those are some great steps for you to start with. It's so important for you to realize that you don't have to have plastic surgery to get younger skin, to get vibrant skin, to get youthful skin. And I've written a new book called Younger for Life. It comes out January 2nd, 2024, and it is a complete guide to turning back the clock using a process I call autojuvenation. And that's using your body's own regenerative abilities to rejuvenate itself. And it starts with the food that you eat. Follow these simple tips. I'm going to have more for you, but if you follow these simple tips, hopefully you'll notice a change in your skin as well as your energy level and your health overall. Remember, eat real food, use clean skincare, and autojuvenate before you operate. Check out this video on collagen next.